What's up, Bulls Nation? Welcome in to the CHGO Bulls podcast presented to you by PointsBet. Don't forget that promo code CHGO when signing up to live your bet life. I'm Peck. You can follow me on Twitter at Bulls_Peck. This is my guy, Big Dave at BAWL Sports. We are CHGO_Bulls on Twitter. Our guy Gottlieb has the day off today, frolicking around in the beautiful hills of Brazil.
Literally, that is what it is.
I don't even know if there are hills in Brazil. I assume there are.
Yeah, if wheels in Brazil, then there's hills.
Oh, my God. I didn't even think about the rhyme.
Come on,
You're
man.
always looking for the rhyme.
Always looking for the rhyme, man.
And
you should always do that in life.
Joey
kids.
is also off today, or I think he might be working with the baseball crews tonight. So we have Sarah filling in for Joey. Hi, Sarah. How are you?
Hi, guys. I'm over. It's very hot in here. I don't have a lot of words.
It's hot.
Those are the
Once
only words,
again,
yes.
the CHGO air conditioning is on the fritz. And this guy right here don't care because he's got his little mini AC unit hiding behind this Bulls jersey on our set.
Show people what's behind the Bulls jersey.
Oh, they've seen it. I'm not going to. Now, see,
Okay,
if I move it too much, it leaks. And I
Okay,
don't want it to leak or anything like that. Just wanted to stay. But they've seen it on camera. They've seen it many a day. And this is why this happiness is here right now. Y'all. Take that in. Look at that smile.
And
Take
how
that
and when
in.
did we learn that it leaks if you move it? It spilled all over me.
This is true. This is how you learn in life, guys, by making mistakes.
Dontavius, shout out, buddy, said, how about them Sky?
How about 'em?
Okay, that's my theory as to why Joey is not producing our show today.
You want to give
He did not want to face the music because you and I were sitting here in these very same chairs yesterday on yesterday's show saying, done, over,
finished.
Hours before tip-off, you and I were like, oh, Sky got this.
Yeah, man.
And Joey,
Yeah.
skeptic and pessimist that he is, was
Yes.
like, I don't know, guys.
Do you know what that is? It's him not growing up with championships.
That's what
Telling
it is.
you that's what that is. Matt and I grew up with championships. I saw more than Matt, but he saw them. Championships is what we grew up with. We know what it looks like. And looking at that game, too, it was like, this is over. All right? Like, Game one was a fluke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, they should have won that one. It was
They
just a
should
fluke.
have. And then when the Sky were letting the Liberty creep back in that game a little bit in the fourth quarter, Ionescu had that wild three that she got off of a loose ball to trim it down to 4, and then I think they got it down to 3 at one point. And everybody on Twitter I saw was like, oh, my God, it's happening again. I even had a brief moment of panic.
Okay.
But I was like, no, you know what? That Vandersloot had a couple of very smart possessions that resulted in good looks.
Yeah.
13-0 run, 14-0 run, all of a sudden the Sky were like, game, series, on we go.
So now next up it's either the Dallas Wings or the Connecticut Sun.
Correct.
And talking to Janice
And
last
Sabria.
week and Sabria, they both are like, we want the Sun. They don't want the Wings.
Which is crazy because the Sun were a 8-win team better than the Wings in the regular season.
But they struggled against the Sky. I watched those games right there, man, and the Sky definitely have their number in that situation. It's just they don't want to go into Dallas because they don't know Dallas like that, and they could come in and shock them is what their thinking was.
So
I want the Sun too.
Deciding game 3 of that series is tonight at 8. Yeah. So I'll be watching to see who the Sky face. The other side of the bracket, it's already over. Seattle and Vegas both won 2-0.
Yeah.
So they're already matched up in the other semifinal.
It's going to be Vegas, man. Like, just get us to the final so it can be Sky and Vegas. This is all everybody wants to see.
So shout out to the Sky. Joey, shame on you for doubting them. Shame. But we're here to talk about the Bulls, as we always are. I see Daddy Fish already chiming in about Pat in the comments, saying he's a fan. He's going to be big for us this year. We're going to jump off talking a little bit about Patrick Williams today, and then on the back end of the show, we'll answer some questions, some AMAs that we got from you guys on Twitter, from our CHGO Bulls Discord channel. But one of the questions we got was from Charlie Johnson on Twitter, shout out to him, saying he wants to know, is this a make or break year for Patrick Williams? And I thought that was a great point for us to have a Patrick Williams conversation because simultaneously, Big Dave, you threw this into our Bulls thread the other day, we were waiting for the next HoopsHype by position rankings to come out.
Yes.
Because it's been a while since the last one.
Been a minute, guys.
They dropped power forwards yesterday.
Them. Splash.
Guess who is not in the top 25?
Tell me, Matthew.
Patrick Williams. Anybody shocked by that?
I am not.
I'm thinking no.
That is not a shock.
Nobody is shocked by that. Not even Patrick Williams' parents are shocked by that.
And you shouldn't be. Like, he not playing.
Right.
The man was out after the first 5 games of the season.
But so I looked at the top of the top 25, aka 25 through 20, to see who beat him out.
Yeah.
Sarah, can we look at that list, so the top of the top 25 list real quick?
Top of the top.
The thing that some people might find a little alarming is that there are some guys who have not played a single NBA game yet on this list. Keegan Murray just got drafted to Sacramento.
Yeah.
You got Jabari Smith coming in at number 22, got drafted second overall to Houston.
Yeah.
Our old pal Lauri Markkanen.
Shout out Lauri.
Even cracked the top 25. Our old pal Wendell Carter Jr. Cracked the top 25.
Can I scream about that for a second?
Sure. Scream about any of it that you want.
First of all, shout out to Lauri for being 24, and he wears number 24, so, kudos to him for that.
I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. Only Javonte Green has ever worn 24.
Well, I didn't say for the Bulls. I just meant in general, like for Cleveland, that's the number he wears is the number 24.
And coming in at 24.
Yeah, and coming into 24. Yes, correct. Wendell Carter Jr. at 20. First of all, congratulations for him being there. He had a great season. All year long, and even when he was with the Bulls, Matt, I took a lot of shit because I kept telling people he's undersized and he shouldn't be playing center. He is a power forward, and he is not comfortable playing center. He's better when he's taller than people.
Right. He's listed at, I believe, 6'9".
Yes.
He's 6'3".
Yes.
I am taller than Wendell Carter Jr.
I'm telling you, man, it's like that. No, Dave, he can play any position. It's a positionless basketball. He can play center. He cannot. He's not comfortable there. That's not where he is. When you saw him at the 4, that's when he was like, oh, basketball's easy. Oh, and I'm blind too, by the way. Let me get some glasses. He started figuring things out. It simplified it for him. So my guys like your guys, C-Red, Fred, we used to argue that all the time. Like, Fred, he's not a center. He cannot play that position. Put him at the power forward. He should be better. And that's what you saw. Mo Bamba was at center. He was at the power forward. So now I'm interested to see, because they brought in the new draft pick here in Paolo. So I'm interested to see how that's going to work. Jonathan Isaac is still there too. So it's kind of becoming a log jam in the front court, but he was very, very good and very, very solid for them at that position. But he is a power forward. Can we get on that page now? He's not a center. He's a power forward. Thank you very much.
Charlie in the comments disagrees, saying Pat's currently better than everybody on that list besides Cam Johnson.
Everybody?
And he'll prove he's better than Cam Johnson through the middle of the year.
Everybody?
I don't know. See, that's the question to me, and it goes back to Charlie's question of, is this a make or break year for Pat Williams? Does Pat Williams need to be somewhere 25 to 20 on next year's list, or maybe even in the teens on that list when they do it again this time next year, for Bulls fans to feel good about Patrick Williams and what his role is on this team? I think it's a very difficult question that Bulls fans are obsessed with asking because he's the number 4 overall pick from a couple years ago, and we see a lot of times these high lottery picks come in and make an immediate impact.
Yeah.
Look, how many times have we heard people say, look what Scotty Barnes just did, right?
1 million times, yes.
I get that it is a question that Bulls fans are obsessed with. What I keep coming back to is, what does Patrick Williams' perfect role need to be on this team this season for the team and Pat to succeed? Emphasis on the team and Pat to succeed.
Because one has to come before the other, yes. But you're going to need his success for the Bulls to have that success. We get that. But for me, 15, 16 a game, about 8 rebounds, I'm taking that all day long. Shoot a nice percentage from the three-point line and show that you can actually hold your own when those guys go to the bench and they put it on him. He might become that number 1 or number 2 option. He seems like he's comfortable controlling the basketball, bringing it up and setting everything up. He seems like that. I'm only pointing out that Minnesota game where he was handling the ball a lot and setting up things a lot. He seems to be more involved and likes doing that. He's not going to be able to do that with the starting 5, but maybe he can do stuff like that with the second unit and things like that. He'll get those kind of opportunities.
Yeah.
But I just want to see him hold his own with that second unit. With the first unit, he's going to get plenty of looks, all right? He's going to get wide open looks. The best defender is not going to be on him. Everybody's going to be on DeMar. Everybody's going to be on Zach. So he's just got to be open.
Right.
And he's shown that he can hit that three-pointer at a high clip. So I think that's set. For me, I'm looking at that second unit, man, because he's working on his handles. He's working on things that you work on when you're trying to be the best player on the squad kind of thing. So I got to see that with that second unit because that's where you'll see that opportunity.
And like anybody who's expecting Pat to get some significant jump of looks like, down in the post, I would not expect that at all.
Yeah.
What I would like to see is what you just said of an increased confidence in shooting a higher volume of three-pointers at that same or close to it efficiency of last season, which, by the way, Pat, knockdown three-point shooter last season.
Very much so.
It's just about the release is a little slow, and sometimes he's a little slow to decide to pull the trigger on that three ball. In addition to that, using these ball handling skills that we're seeing creep up a little bit in these runs where he's just playing with whoever, DeMar's, off doing summer pickup games, this and that, to get some good looks in the mid-range or to be a threat making cuts off the ball.
Yeah.
We saw, and certainly it fell off a cliff when certain guys went out, Caruso, Lonzo in particular. The Bulls' ball movement struggled. When the ball was moving, Pat can be a slasher.
Yes.
He's got the athleticism and size to be a dangerous slasher. It's just that, he was standing around a lot when the Bulls' ball movement was not happening.
Yeah, he has to be involved. Again, that's why I think he was comfortable handling the ball, because he knows he's involved when he's got it in his hands. But you're right, Matt. I remember him on that baseline, those baseline cuts he would do up and down those baselines, getting either the loose ball or just breaking free, you know what I'm saying, and getting an easy bucket. He was awesome at that kind of thing, man. So hopefully that continues on, but I just want to see more of the game evolving. And his 15 and 8 will make Vooch's 17 and 11 just look amazing. You know what I'm saying? That 17 and 11 everybody was complaining about, if Patrick Williams is propping that up with an extra 15 and 8 rebound, it's going to look amazing and make Vooch's time here even smoother. So it's a lot on him, going into this season and things like that. But I think he's ready for it, honestly.
Daddy Fish in the comments said Vooch is going to love playing with him again. They barely got any time together last season.
Yeah. They're going to enjoy each other a lot. And just the versatility of Patrick. And, man, the defense also, because we mentioned that interior defense they don't have. Patrick Williams can be that guy getting those weak side blocks that we saw him do.
Eric in the comments saying if Pat can be this team's Luol Deng, I think we'd be in good shape. We'd be in phenomenal shape.
Incredible shape.
If Patrick Williams this season takes a jump that makes him look like a Luol Deng level contributor,
we nice.
That's fire.
We super nice.
Because the other thing you have to remember is Luol could be that guy who could get you a night where he put in 20 points worth of buckets if you needed it, but was also guarding your opponent's best player all night. And these were back in the Tibbs days. So for Deng, when I say guard all night, I meant 44 minutes guard all night.
Literal guard.
I don't think that Pat is there on the defensive end yet.
Probably not yet. He's shown flashes. You know what I'm saying? Same thing he's done on the offensive end. He's shown flashes to have that capability to, to be that kind of player. But you're right. He's not there yet. He's only 20, Matt. He's only 20.
For 72 more hours?
72 more hours. He's only 20, guys. Oh, I can't wait for this birthday. That's going to be amazing.
Sony in the comments said, I'm sad that Mark K's not here because you guys are talking about Pat Will.
Don't worry. I'm sure when he gets, when the Bulls HQ show comes out on Friday, I'm sure it's going to be mentioned on there, man. So
make sure y'all Friday, I think that's his birthday is the 26th, right? And today's the 24th?
Today's 24th. So on his birthday.
They're going to be doing a Bulls HQ episode for you guys on Friday when it's P-Dub's 21st birthday.
It will be
Mark's going to be insufferable.
Yes, he is. Y'all will enjoy it, man. But yeah, man, I expect big things from him only because he's shown me he's working to provide those big things for the Bulls. He's not just out there lollygagging or doing something. No, he looked like he's trying to be that guy. So why not just go out there and be that guy then?
And, again, going back to is it a make or break year for Pat?
Yeah.
Because people always seem to frame going from year 2 to year 3 as the most frequent year where the really skilled guys who went high in the lottery for a reason make that jump when the NBA slows down a little bit and they figure it out. And then all of a sudden, by year 3, they start to look like a bona fide starter in this league and then a bona fide starter who's working closer towards all-stardom, something along those lines. I still am not convinced that we're going to see that version of Pat this year, and I'm not just saying that because of the old trope of, he's only 20, he'll be 21 in a couple of days.
Yeah.
What is his role on this team?
Yeah.
And that's what you have said a couple of times now is if he can get you 15 and 8, that's enough.
Yeah.
On this team, with all of the weapons they have, assuming all of these weapons are healthy and playing, that's enough.
Yes.
You don't need Patrick Williams to turn into a star in year 3 for you to feel good about Patrick Williams being a cornerstone piece moving forward.
Or for the Bulls to have a great season.
And I think a lot of Bulls fans feel like they do need to see that from Pat this year.
No, we want to see it, but you don't
of
need
course
to
we
see
do.
it. Of course you want to see this, but you don't need it for the Bulls to have that kind of season. Did you see it last year? What did the Bulls look solid to you last year? Good before those injuries went down? I would say, yeah, they look good without him doing that. So Yeah, it'd be great. Honestly, we love to see it, but yeah, just more of the development of Patrick, growing and growing and growing, man. Because again, he's still going into year 3?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
he's going into year 3 with
bro.
a essentially almost all the way defaulted year 2.
Yes. And we already know he's a Wolverine, so his healing powers are in full effect, man. Dude was back from a broken wrist in like 4 months. It was insane. All right. So yeah, I'm excited to watch him. I think he's going to be great. I think he's going to have an awesome year, man. I'm excited to sit here and watch it and come talk about it every day with y'all. And one more thing, Sarah, can I get that graphic back of the power forwards? I wanted to ask
the
Matt.
list.
Yes, the list, please. Matt, on that list, who do you think is not a power forward? Like, just looking at that, you're like, that dude ain't no power forward.
Well,
like Keegan-Michael Key? Or
yeah. I mean, I'm curious to see what Keegan will look like playing the 4 in the NBA.
Yeah.
Cam is I would say certainly more of a small ball 4.
Correct.
Yeah, I would say that's pretty much it. Also, with DFS in Dallas,
yes, that's the other one.
Our pal John talks about it all the time. He's like, what is this guy? Who is he? What position does he play?
Yeah,
a lot of those guys are weird combo players.
Correct.
Some of them aren't big enough to be centers, but also somehow not strong enough to be power forwards.
Correct.
Like,
no, you're nailing everything on the head that I wanted. All those things
Lowry could be starting at the 3 again for the Cavs this year.
That was the other thing. Like, he started at the 3. He was a small forward. He did not play power forward.
There were a lot of people on and that's just 25 to 20. If you go through 19 all the way down to 1 on this HoopsHype power forwards list, like the very top of the list, like, okay, Giannis, number 1 overall.
Clear.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Clear.
There are plenty of people on them like, is that a power forward?
Yeah. Is he really? Or are we just trying to fill out a list here?
Positionless NBA, man.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. You need a position. Get a position.
Yeah. Colin saying Keegan kind of played 4 or 5 for my Hawkeyes. Yeah, it's college ball.
Yeah.
Big Dave could be a center in collegiate basketball. I could be a center in collegiate basketball.
I get you. Hey, I get you 6 points and 6 fouls, man, all day long. All day long, baby. I don't know which one coming first.
Yeah.
But you're going to get them, I promise you.
So my general answer to do we need to see a make or break year from Patrick Williams? Or is it a make or break year? No. My answer, no. Okay. And I'm sure that drives a lot of Bulls fans crazy who want to see some giant magical leap for Pat.
Yeah.
I want to see visible evidence of him getting better.
Yeah.
And making larger contributions to this team winning.
Yeah.
But the way that some Bulls fans, I think, view this in some weird black and white terms of like Patrick Williams, not good enough in year 1, not good enough in year 2, and then in year 3 they're expecting him to turn into this all-star caliber player just because he's a number 4 overall pick from a couple years ago. No. I accept the fact that some people don't see it that way. That's the way I see it. I want Pat to have gradual improvement this year that makes him and the team win.
Yeah. That's
all I want.
We want wins.
Because you know what?
Wins, however we get them.
Zach's getting his shots.
Ooh.
You know King of the Fourth DeMar is getting his shots.
Buckets.
You know Vooch is getting some shots.
More buckets.
Anybody out there think
Lonzo
T-Dub's taking 20 shots a game?
Nah, not going to see it. That's why, this is why I can't wait to see him with the second unit. That's why I think it's really going to shine. Like, that's when I'm really going to be on my judgment and seeing what his game is when he's with that second unit, man. Because he'll get the ball more. It'll be a little spread out. I don't even know how the Bulls will run it with the second, because Drummond will definitely be out there. I'm not sure who's going to be running point. Ayo's going to be out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Kobe is going to need his time too. So it's be a small lineup. But
Speaking of which, Eric just said it's a make or break year for Kobe if he's still here.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact though. He's right.
Break / already broken.
Get that man a shot.
I'm sorry.
Give him a shot.
Couldn't help it.
Nope, couldn't help it.
Don Davies said definitely make or break year for Kobe. Anybody who'd be defending him after this year is ... laugh crying emoji. Anybody out there still on Kobe White Island as far as like Kobe White Chicago Bull core piece?
Core, no. But I'm near the island because I like Kobe White. You know what I'm saying? And he can definitely be a good piece for your basketball team when he's being consistent. And that's the biggest thing. Yeah. It's not even health. It's just being consistent when he's on the floor. Because I see him work on all these other things, and every time I see it, I'm just like, yeah, but can you just make sure you shoot? You know what I'm saying? Like, and that goes in, and that's good. Because that's all I really want. And it feels like AKA and Eversley kind of know that. You know what I'm saying? Who he is and what he needs. They're like, we got you. We're not a point guard. We tried it. We see you're not that. Cool. You're comfortable off the bench. Even better.
Exactly.
Get them shots. You know what I'm saying?
Colin phrases it more perfectly than I have been able to thus far, saying this pick was all about how Pat plays when he's 23 and moving forward.
Sure, absolutely.
Because you know what is important for Pat to turn it, like timeline-wise?
What's that, man?
They need Pat to become a star when DeMar and Vooch are gone.
Ding.
That's when you need to be concerned about Pat having a make-or-break-it kind of year.
Tell him what he's
not
won,
when
Johnny.
he's just now turning 21.
Yes, man.
Come on.
I mean, he's only 20.
23. 2 years from now, Pat Williams will still only be 23 years old.
He's 23 years old.
Not even entering his prime.
Not even there yet.
Still pre-prime.
Still can't
Right now,
rent a
he's
car.
pre-prime.
Pre-prime.
Pre-prime. All right, so there it is.
Microphone.
There's another Pat Williams conversation for you guys. Thank you, Charlie, for the question to kick that off.
Appreciate it.
We'll get to some more of your questions coming up next. It's got a really fun hypothetical about comparing 11 Bulls and 15 Bulls.
Okay.
And that's one of many fun questions we have. Okay. So we'll get into our AMA stuff right after this. But first, Big Dave, tell the people about the points bet.
Oh, points bet time.
Season.
Let's do this stuff. Sarah, be ready. I might not come to you, but just be ready.
On your toes.
Ow, on them toes. Because points bet sportsbook is counting down them days, just like this guy is, until the football season with a new offer every damn day until the season kicks off. From now until September 8th, y'all. Points bet power hour. That's the points bet power hour. We'll unlock all that new daily offer. When they gonna do it? From 12 to 1, that's Central Standard Time, y'all. 12 to 1 Central Standard Time. Sign up with PointsBet now using the code CHGO to get that risk-free bets up to $2,000. Don't miss out on your chance to get daily access to free bets, boosted odds, and so much more now through September 8th. And that's it. And we're done. They're not gonna, we're not done. No, that's not. They got more stuff for you. Because if you make a $51 or more first-time deposit, you'll receive a free CHGO membership, which unlocks all of that awesome web content, y'all. And you even get a free T-shirt of your choice. From where, Matt? Where you gonna get that shirt?
The CHGO Locker.
Download that PointsBet app today and use the code CHGO to take advantage of this limited time offer. Don't just bet, y'all. You don't just do that. Sarah, tell them what they do. You live what, Sarah?
You live your bet life.
Come on with it. Come on with it,
You
man.
had to give me a couple seconds just to think.
I told you be ready. I be ready, man. I passed her, she shot it, she missed it. I got the rebound.
I know.
And went it back to her, and then she got the lay-in. So it was all good.
Hey,
man.
I'll just make it up during practice.
That's
and
it. There you
go.
Then during the next game.
It was like that bucket that Candace Parker quote unquote scored in that game last night.
What was that? What was that?
It's one of the weirdest buckets I've ever seen.
Yes.
Continue.
You good.
Today's episode is also brought to you guys by FOCO. Chicago, you've already got the best coverage for your favorite teams.
That's a fact.
That's CHGO. So get fitted out in the best sports gear around. FOCO has you covered from Soldier Field to Wrigley, Northside, Southside, Comiskey. I still call it Comiskey. Hoodies, slippers, signs, bobbleheads, everything in between. Get decked out like DeMar with apparel from the leader in sports merch and collectibles.
Merch.
FOCO. Looking for the perfect gift for the football fan in your life?
I am.
FOCO's got you covered, Dave.
Where?
Hoodies to fight that Lake Michigan breeze. If you're going to Soldier this season, bless your heart. Get a hoodie first from FOCO.com. Check out FOCO.com or click the link in the description below on this YouTube episode. For all non-presale items, use promo code CHGO to get 10% off your order. Once again, that's promo code CHGO at FOCO.com for 10% off your order.
10 of them things.
Fall is coming. Get your hoodies, y'all.
Get it.
I love hoodie season.
Oh, it's the best.
Oh, shorts and hoodies?
Oh,
love
on,
it.
man. That's my favorite.
Bring it to
man.
me.
Give it y'all.
It's so damn hot in here.
He's talking about hoodies and got angry because he realized how hot it was.
It's true.
It feels like that's how it happened.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, this is terrible.
Yeah, well,
it's the heat and caffeine combo. It's really good.
Well, yeah. I wish I could feel you guys' pain, but
After this show,
I'm Dave, and I'm such a star that I'm on a personalized AC unit. Just pointed directly at me.
I'm gonna just say because I'm big, I have a personal AC unit. That's just what that is. But yes, it is pointed directly
Where's
at me.
mine? Huh?
What do you mean? Where's yours? You didn't ask for one.
Can I have one?
No.
All right. Let's answer some people's questions, shall we?
Shall we?
This one comes to us from Malik on Twitter.
Graphic.
I love this question, Dave. Thank you. That's right. Our little stick figure bodies. It's AMA time.
I love it.
What's a better Bulls team? MVP Rose from 2011 shifted onto the 2015 squad.
Okay.
Or NBA Most Improved Player winning Jimmy Butler from 2014-15 shifted onto the 2011 squad. Which team goes deeper in their respective playoff runs?
Derrick Rose's team going to 2015. Yeah, they go deeper. Because Jimmy Butler Most Improved, that would yay. I think that's cool. He had a great season. He was Most Improved, all those kind of things. But that would kind of be his first ordeal with, prime LeBron, with the Heat and like that. And I think he would meet the same fate that MVP Rose met. You know what I mean? Going up against prime LeBron. I really, really do. But that prime D Rose on that going against that Cavalier team,
right?
When they didn't have
Rose was there playing, but it was just 2 knee surgeries removed. Rose,
correct. But when he didn't have Dwyane Wade, and you don't have to worry about Chris Bosh, and I still got Paul Gasol, and I still got Joakim Noah, who was coming into his kind of thing.
Man.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to remember, you're getting a better version of Joakim Noah. You know what I'm saying? On top of that. And I take that better version of Joakim Noah with the MVP Rose. Yeah, give me that squad, you know what I'm saying, going against them Cavaliers for sure.
So, okay.
And Paul Gasol. I keep forgetting all NBA Paul Gasol also. Yes.
So I think that Pau is the key to this answer.
Yeah.
And it's why I agree with you. Take MVP Rose and put it on that 14-15 squad.
Yeah.
They beat that LeBron Cavs team in the second round.
I think so.
I really believe that because Pau was like all NBA good when he came and had those couple of seasons with the Bulls. Jimmy at that point was the most improved player and was putting up 20 points per game. Now, some of that was he needed to step up because Rose was a shell of himself.
Sure.
Maybe that doesn't happen the same way if Rose is still an MVP caliber player.
Yeah.
But the collection of pieces around them, especially with one of those pieces being Pau, is why I think I give the edge to taking Rose and putting it on that 15 team. Because you just said something about Joakim. 2010-11 Joakim, pretty good.
He was good.
Still younger?
No question.
Pretty freaking good.
No question about it.
13-14 Joakim was peak Joakim.
Yes, correct.
Defensive Player of the Year, fourth in MVP voting, All-Star. 14-15, he did battle some injury issues once again.
He did.
Just like he in 12-13 had the plantar fasciitis. He had more injury issues in 14-15. So I wouldn't say that you're necessarily getting peak Joakim in the 14-15 season.
I think you're the better one.
But you're still getting, I'm throwing my heart and the rest of my body out there, Joakim, and an all-NBA caliber Pau Gasol.
Yeah.
And Jimmy and D-Rose MVP.
Yeah, and
that team is getting to the conference finals.
Yeah, and that seasoned Joakim is what I like.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I think he was a better one because mentally he was ready for more things than he was in that first time really experiencing something like that. Because think about that. Like he was better than he was when they played the Celtics. You know what I'm saying? Like because he continued to grow and get better mentally. So by the time they got there with Paul Gasol, yeah, they would. And remember, Derrick Rose was balling in that playoff series against the Cavaliers. He's the reason the Bulls had the 2-1 lead, and he's the reason they should have had the 3-1 lead.
One of my favorite Mike Breen bangs of all time.
Oh yes, man! Right off the glass too, man. Bang! He went crazy. He did.
Fires away.
It was a great
bang.
What a great moment,
God.
Man. So yeah, because and just facing LeBron, you know, even if they just put him on Derrick. Again, I can go to Paul Gasol, like you mentioned, and just say, go to work. Paul Gasol and do what you got to do out there. Because if I'm going to take my chances against Tristan Thompson at that point in time against Paul Gasol, give me the dude who was all NBA and an All-Star that season. Give me that dude.
Charlie saying, I don't know if we beat the Cavs, but we stand a better chance against the Cavs. We still don't have anybody that can match LeBron.
Nobody does.
We've got a better squad.
Nobody does.
Daddy Fish saying, most improved player Jimmy on 2010 versus Celtics with Ben Gordon and Dang would be fun. Okay, it was 09 was the first round series against Boston.
Sure.
But other than that, correction, you're right.
Yeah.
You put Jimmy on that team, that would have been fun.
Dude, but then aren't you replacing my guy Salmons? Wasn't Salmons on that squad?
John Salmons.
John Salmons on that team.
Vital
man.
in that series against Boston.
Love John Salmons, man. Love that game.
I mean, maybe the most underappreciated member of that team that forced it to Game 7.
I agree.
Brad freaking Miller.
Brad Miller, man.
God, I love Brad Miller.
Yeah, you seem like you did. You seem like a Miller guy.
Come on.
Is it because his last name is Miller and that goes with the beer? Is that why?
No, not at all.
It doesn't hurt,
back then, I was not a Miller drinker.
Really?
No.
What drinker were you?
I don't know, anything. Anything that I could afford. I was a senior in college. Anything I could afford.
So how you know you're not a Miller drinker when you're like, I'll drink anything?
I had a strong distaste. I had a strong dislike for Miller Lite and all Miller beers back then.
Interesting.
And then I just sort of got adapted to it.
That's interesting. You didn't care what you
now,
drank.
I mentioned I was at Ribfest this past weekend, Chicago.
Yes.
All of the beer tents were Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light.
Yeah.
I can drink a Bud Heavy. I cannot drink Bud Light anymore.
Really?
Yeah. So I was just choking down a Bud Light and then switching to this weird hazy that they had because I've always been particular. But no, it wasn't about his name. It was the fact that he was this burly.
Burly white dude
did not look fleet of foot on a basketball court at all.
No, he didn't.
And was still just very effective in the NBA.
Mean double-double. And was a great passer, too, man.
Oh.
He had all the skills. He really did. And he was a goon on top of all of that. So,
yeah,
Brad Miller was awesome, man. So, yeah, good question.
Thank you. That was a very fun question. That's a great hypothetical.
That was
all right, crazy pivot. USM0506 on our CHGO Bulls Discord asked Dave, what are some of y'all's favorite shows? I assume you mean TV shows.
Does it mean all time or right now?
Favorite shows.
Okay.
Go where you want with that.
Where do you want to go? You want to go all time? You want to go right now?
Oh, my. I don't know if I have a right now answer. Okay, I just finished the new season 3 of For All Mankind, Apple Plus TV.
I'm not familiar.
Freaking phenomenal.
Okay.
Watch it if you haven't.
Okay,
It's like a fictitious retelling of the space race, but with the one very important key fact changed at the beginning of the story arc, which is, what if the Soviets won the race to the moon instead of America?
Okay, I did hear about this
and
show.
It's phenomenal.
Okay, all right.
That's my current favorite show.
Okay, I don't have Apple TV. That's the only reason. I'm saving it to get. I got my 3-month free thing, and I'm saving it because the first thing I'm gonna go into is Ted Lasso. You know what I'm saying?
Fantastic.
So I got a plan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just have a plan for Apple TV. I haven't played that card yet.
Okay.
Favorite show right now is probably Working Moms on Netflix.
Really?
Yeah, that show.
Because the content is so relatable to you?
Yes, it's very relatable to me. You know what I'm saying? It's extremely relatable. But I got into it. I have a friend of mine, and she kept telling me, you should check that show out. It's really, really funny. And I put it off for years. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how I do shows. You tell me it's great, I'm like, all right, yeah, what do you know? That's what I did with Breaking Bad, same thing. And I watched it, and I've flew through it in some weeks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm on the 6th season right now. It's 6 seasons of it. But it is phenomenally done. It is hilarious and tremendously inappropriate.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the best way I can put it. So inappropriate, Matt. You will love it. It's ridiculous. It's what Seinfeld would have been if it wasn't on network TV.
Okay.
It's that kind of, how it's Always Sunny. It's hilarious, but always inappropriate.
Right,
like
yeah.
that. It's in that same realm. And actually, the young lady who's the star of it was on It's Always Sunny. She played Dennis's wife. Yeah,
oh,
one time.
yeah.
And I think he got divorced from her. Yeah, she had the bad tooth or something like that. Yeah. Yeah,
she's good.
Yeah, she actually is the creator and the star and the writer of this show. And her real life husband plays her husband in the show. See how into the show I am, man. It is funny, all right? I don't laugh out loud at a lot of sitcoms, man, but I laugh out loud at this one, man.
I've always been a lover of sitcoms.
Yes.
From dating back to the 90s as I was a kid and even now.
Yeah.
It's so many of the jokes are so would get you canceled and homophobic and transphobic and all that. Like, I still go back and watch episodes of Friends if they're on reruns. My sister and I just like send each other Friends jokes and Friends clips all the time.
Seinfeld
it's
all
so
the time.
dumb,
Yeah.
and it's a guilty pleasure.
Seinfeld, Martin, Frasier.
Oh my God!
All these places,
I just finished the entirety of Frasier, my first watch through earlier this summer because you told me to.
I'm so proud of you.
It's incredible.
Wait, Sarah, you watched Frasier? Have you seen Frasier? It was before your time, but have you seen it?
I was going to say, no, I haven't heard of that. The one show that I'm super into now is I just rewatched all of Game of Thrones just to get into it, and I just watched the first episode of House of Dragons.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, I was very skeptical because this is just a brilliant show.
Yeah.
And first episode of House of Dragons, it's good.
That deal?
It's
Really?
good.
Don't tell me about it. I'm
No,
definitely
I'm
going to watch
not,
it.
but it's.
Okay.
I'm telling you, I'm like, I think they're doing something right here for like a spinoff of the show. I'm
Okay.
like, this is going to be good.
So
I'm excited.
Drew in the comments also saying House of the Dragon had a pretty good start. No spoilers anyway, because I haven't decided yet if I'm going to watch it.
Oh, you're going to watch it.
At some point, I might get
Dude,
bored enough.
As hard as you were in the Game of Thrones, there is no way.
You
but
gotta
God's
watch
green
it.
earth.
I was hard
No,
into
you
Game
do.
of Thrones until Game of Thrones ruined Game of Thrones.
Fair.
No,
The last two seasons of that show
Sarah, it did
were
stink.
garbage.
The last two scenes were
No,
trash.
you want
Garbage.
No. I used to think that too, but after I just rewatched the whole show, I finally got like a second perspective of it. I genuinely think they did a good job ending the show, and now with House of Dragons, I was like, okay, I like the whole 200 years before Khaleesi. Let's look into the Targaryens, like whole reign and whatnot. It's good. You're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
I believe, and you know what? Also, I find absolutely awesome and hilarious. Everybody calls it House of Dragons, and it is not called House of Dragons. Everybody calls it that.
What's it called? House
It's
of
called
the
House
Dragon?
of the Dragon.
House of the
Yes.
Dragon. Okay.
But everybody's like,
flow.
it's House
It
of
doesn't
Dragons.
flow.
That's it. That's what it's called. And I love that so much about it. I love that, man. Nobody's calling it what you think it is. It's our show now. It belongs to us. It's House of Dragons. Deal with it.
The reason that I've always been particular about once the whole DeMar being the king in the fourth thing is because I was that much of a diehard Game of Thrones fan, and Jon Snow is not king of the North, he's king in the North.
Yes.
But I still have not decided if I'm going to watch this new show.
Well, my thing that I just realized the other day with Jon Snow is at first I was like, oh my God, like they screwed him over. Like this is so terrible. But it all makes sense though, because he did murder the queen, and that's treason.
You did.
And so you still have to follow the laws. And so what are you going to do? You're not going to kill him. You're going to send him back to the wall. So watching it again, I was like, okay, this actually makes sense with his journey. It sucks, but it makes sense.
I just don't. Their execution stunk though. Is my thing. Like it just really, especially how it led up to it. You know what I'm saying? With the White Walkers finally breaking down, him getting a damn dragon. I was ready for some ridiculousness, and nobody could see it.
And like,
you know, because
some of the
so,
it's like
oh my God.
It screwed itself because of all the hype. There's no way they could deliver on all of that hype.
True.
For the last few episodes of the last season, and so like I give them a little bit.
2 years
but
to
again,
do it.
It's like I have and I watched the entire series leading up to a new season dropping.
Yeah.
So like when season 4 was about to drop, I'd rewatch 1 through 3 all the way through, rewatching 1 through 7 before season 8 dropped. And then I got to the end and was like, I'm done with this.
Yeah.
I'm done with this.
It was upsetting. It was plodding along to get to that, man. But maybe I'll rewatch it and feel differently like Sarah. But I'm gonna say I'm not. I'm just gonna stand on that. I'm not, because I was not pleased.
Yeah.
I was not
Okay.
pleased. Not
Okay.
pleased.
I saw some other good answers in the comments. Somebody said The Wire, of course.
Yes, The
Somebody
Wire's
said
number 2 to
Breaking
me.
Bad.
Breaking
of course.
Bad's number 1.
That's what I now
Yes.
need to go back and finish is Better Call Saul. Speaking of spinoffs,
that's what I'm about to.
because I've watched the first 3 seasons of Better Call Saul.
I haven't, no.
And it's now like they just finished airing the final and 5th season, I
Right,
believe, or was
correct.
it 6?
I think it's 6.
Yeah. So
I think it's
I've got
6.
like the second half of Better Call Saul to watch.
Yeah, I've only seen the first episode of the first season.
Oh, and
all
it's so,
I've seen.
and I've managed to avoid spoilers on Twitter.
Me too.
But I've heard just generally people who are diehard Breaking Bad / Call Saul fans that they ended that series very impressively.
That's what I heard too. I've avoided everything. You know what I'm saying, for years and years and years, bro. Now I'm gonna get into it. We'll see what it is, because I've had arguments with people telling me it's better than Breaking Bad, which it sounds like blasphemy to me. But you know, we'll see what it is.
You know what? You know what else I have watched a couple of episodes of recently, and it was because of this here show. Boy Meets World. Shout out to our guy Adam Amin. We were talking to Adam Amin, Boy Meets World, and I got home from the show that day and I was like, I got to watch some Boy Meets World.
Got to see some Corey.
Still
Gotta get
holds
some Topanga.
up.
It's a great show, man. It's a really good show.
Throw Pod Meets World into your rotation when you're listening to us.
Do it.
All right, we've got some more fun questions from you guys that we'll get to coming up next. But first, Big Dave, tell the people about Owen and how good it is for them.
It is very good for you guys because it is only what you need. It's 100% plant-based protein shake that gives you nutrition that works as hard as you do, as hard as Sarah does, as hard as Casey does, as hard as Matt does, as hard as everybody in this office does. Shh, they're working. And that's what's going on. It is free of artificial ingredients. It is allergen-friendly, no gluten or dairy, and it's easy on the tummy-tum, y'all. It is easily digestible. And you know who else is down with this? You know who enjoys having some Owen, Matt?
QB1?
Justin Fields, ladies and gentlemen, enjoys having an Owen. Wouldn't it be awesome to see him come off the sideline and just grab some Owen, take some of that, and then go back in and
would be very cool.
Throw 4 touchdowns? That would be amazing to see. But you, yourself, yes, you, your beautiful self, I'm looking right at you. You can get 20% off your first purchase at liveowen.com off this beautiful partnership that Owen and CHGO have right now, y'all. Just use the code CHGO when you sign up. That is 20% off your first order at liveowen.com. CHGO 20 is the code. So join all of us here and join Justin Fields. Come join the people at Game of Thrones and come together and get you some of that Owen because it's only what you need. Because as you all know, a win's a win.
The dramatic pause.
Give it to him. Give it to him.
I see King Navy Beats saying, please stay on topic. I want to hear about Patrick Williams. We spent the first 25 minutes of the episode talking about Patrick. So hang out with us here. We're doing AMA now. And then go back and listen to the first part of the episode when we're done. Maybe there's your Patrick Williams talk.
Put a Patrick Williams question in, sir. And go ahead and since you're there, go ahead and hit that thumbs up.
There you go.
That would be awesome, too.
I love that. Please stay on topic.
Yes.
I mean, a fair comment for me because I'm all over the place all the time.
The topic is not what we do.
Speaking of not staying on topic or any topic, but something silly, this question comes to us from that CHGO Bulls Discord, Dave, from More to Score, who said, for those of us who met you guys through CHGO, what is your backstory? How long have you guys known each other? How did you meet, etc.? Basically, anything you guys want to share for us to get to know you better. And then McBacon chimed in saying, I second this. Y'all got me into basketball. I'd like to hear your backstory.
Wow, got you into basketball. Wow.
Dave, what's your backstory?
That's big stuff. Well, so I was doing the Ball podcast, and I did that for some years. And I used to have our guy C-Red Fred on. I could go back further on how I met C-Red Fred. It was at my job. It was a long story. I met him in the elevator. He liked the Bulls hat I had on. We started talking Bulls.
He wasn't looking up to you from underneath a sewer grate of some kind?
No. He literally worked across the hall from me. And he worked at another place. I worked at another place. And we got on the elevator together, and he saw me and was like, oh, you a Bulls fan? I'm like, yeah. And so we started talking Bulls, and he was like, how you feel about Ben Gordon? I was like, oh, I love Ben Gordon. His eyes lit up. And he was like, how you feel about Kirk Heinrich? I was like, yeah, he cool. And his eyes lit up even more. So we got cool after that. That's how me and Fred, kind of got cool. And I'm saying all that to say he's the one that recommended me for the Bulls Outsiders audition. Mm-hmm. And so I went to that audition. That was another story that I could tell y'all another time. But I went to that audition, and that was the first time I met this young gentleman over here. And when I met him, he would not speak. He didn't want to talk to anybody. He was just sitting there, you know what I mean? Like he was focused, laser focused on getting this position, and my ass in there just talking to everybody, just talking shit, and like, what else I'm gonna do? So
no, I was just blocking out Fred, and then making sure that I didn't talk to Fred meant also I was just not talking to anybody.
Okay, I got you.
It was collateral muting.
Okay, I got you.
Because
everybody had to suffer. You know what I'm saying? Because of Fred. Okay, all right. So yeah, that's what was going on. But then we met, and then Sabine came in, and Sabine and I completely hit it off. And all I wanted to do was hang out with Sabine when it was over. You know what I mean? I didn't even think about the job or anything else again after that. I didn't think I got it. So I got a call back, and then I went back in, and our guy, Kevin Anderson, shout out to him, executive producer of the show.
Bulldog.
Put us together. And when he put us together, it immediately clicked. When he put us together. And then he and I, we got cool, like a lot of my friends got cool by arguing all the damn time. Like, that's really what it was. We just debated all the time. We just argued over everything. Then we'd be walking home together and arguing about stuff then. And then that turned into laughter, and then that turned into we share a brain. And yeah, and then that turned into sharing our goals and our ideas, which were pretty much aligned with what we wanted to do, which was this. Like, literally this is what we wanted to do. Wear our clothes as we do and just be free in our talking with Bulls fans and have great conversations talking about the Chicago Bulls and our fandoms to grow. So, yeah, that's how we met. We did not know each other before that. It might seem like it, but we did not. And, yeah, this is how it is.
Yeah, similar. Basically the same backstory, other than I was just doing a different Bulls podcast when both of us were independently approached by NBC to come in and audition for that Bulls Outsiders show.
Yes.
What's your look at that?
Look,
I don't know.
Do you want to know what that is?
Oh, no, I know what that is.
Oh, you know what that is. Okay, all right.
Actually, Sarah, you want to throw that up on the screen right now? Breaking news.
Breaking news.
Zach LaVine just shared this picture on social media.
Yeah.
Born August 21st, St. Thomas LaVine. Zach and his wonderful wife, Hunter, are officially parents.
Wow, look at that.
Man, congrats, Zach.
Mazel tov. That's amazing, man. Look how comfortable that pillow is that baby is on, by the way. My God.
It looks real cozy.
And I appreciate Claire pointing out that, you know, the name is also reminiscent of the legend himself, Matty Thomas, because you see St. Thomas in there. Got to have it, man. I appreciate the shout out, Zach.
I don't think that Zach and his wife named their kid after Matt Thomas.
Until I get confirmation. This is what it's going to be.
You think they've already talked to him about Godfather duties?
Oh, man, from the beginning.
Has he been chosen to be the Godfather?
From the beginning. That's why he said, I'm going to stay in Illinois. I'm going to hang out, guys. You know, I might not even go play for another team. I'm going to keep my legendary status for your child. That's what I'm going to do out there. That's how Matty Legend rolls, baby. That's a beautiful, beautiful baby, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to him, man. What a
congratulations,
awesome 2 years
Zach.
He's having, man. He's been having some awesome times, man.
Two-time All-Star back-to-back.
Yes.
Gets himself a big fatty contract.
Boom. Got engaged.
Gets engaged, gets married, welcomes a healthy baby.
Saint.
I mean, it's always fun to look at players, like athletes who also have these family lives on teams that you root for. And especially a lot of them these days are younger because they're professional athlete ages. And they're like having families. And I'm sitting here being like, man, what the hell am I doing with my life? I'm sitting in this chair talking about the Bulls.
Yeah.
Zach's like, hey, I got $200 million and a spouse and a child.
Also,
and I'm like, I got a cup of coffee and some Berks. Woo!
Did it say that child was born on the 21st?
21st.
You know who also wore number 21? Matty Legend! Boom! Let's go!
Mind blown.
Let's go! Let's go! Retire that number.
Emilio said Zach saw his baby's bald spot and immediately thought of Matt Thomas.
You know why it's there? Because he's got a halo. The halo has burned into his scalp. That's why he's got that. Shout out, man. Oh, this is beautiful stuff, man. This is good stuff. What's Niall saying right there? I got in the podcast in 2020. I found you guys on Locked On, trying to find a way to get more Bulls content. It was like 2 months later, and you guys made CHGO. Hey, man, we appreciate you coming with us, man. Honestly,
truly.
Everybody who came over and hanging out with us, thanks for continuing to roll with us and enjoying this foolishness. That is us. It's really cool.
Anyone who's still around, there were probably some people who saw us on this platform and were like, who the hell are these guys?
Yeah.
One episode, maybe 1.5. I'm like, this ain't for me. These jokesters.
Can I also say, I haven't seen Shirtless Wonder since I pointed him out. He has not come out of his bunker up there on the balcony since I've said I wanted to see him. And
maybe
he's not appeared.
Maybe he's feeling a little shy.
Yeah, man, I'm a little hurt by it.
Maybe he's just on a road trip.
That's true. He is an FBI super agent. Yes, this is true. He's like James Bond in my head. I've created his backstory.
He's hunting down the most wanted list right now.
Yes, he is. Yes, Sarah, yes. This is true. Hey, he's the one. He's the one.
Well, I was thinking we could one day just put actually, this might be illegal. I was saying put a camera out there and no, the second I thought that, I was like, wait, that's probably
wait a minute.
illegal. Never mind. We're not doing it.
Shout out to our guy Jamal who said, "All hail St. Thomas LaVine."
Hey, St. Thomas. I like it, man.
Colin saying it in the 2041 NBA draft, the Chicago Bulls select St. Thomas LaVine. I love it. I love it.
Oh, man. I'm so happy for him, man. Like, he really is just having a good time.
He is winning life now.
He is winning so hard at life, man. And, yeah, it's just really cool. There's Barton also sharing how he found us, man. Found us guys through Jamal and Bull Central. I was just actually on his show yesterday.
Jamal show?
Yes, I was on Jamal's show yesterday. So shout out to him, man. Getting into the Bulls was a hobby I picked up back during COVID. Yeah, I'm glad it was a hobby that turned into,
I love how I love how becoming a sports fan is a hobby you picked up during COVID when there were no sports. Like, if you're talking like the first, whatever that was, 8 months of shutdown.
Yes.
From when Rudy Gobert tested positive, the NBA shut down, they canceled the NCAA tournament,
right.
NHL shut down.
Yep.
And then it took a while for baseball to figure out what they're playing. Well, yeah.
That's true.
But you know what was going on?
What's that?
The Last Dance.
Last Dance.
And now there is just a gross saturation of sports pods.
It's true.
There's so many because they're like, oh man, The Last Dance did crazy numbers. Let's all make all these sports docs.
Yeah, when I started podcast, it wasn't a lot, especially Bulls.
And
podcasts.
now, like, okay, some of the documentaries are cool that they're doing after this Last Dance, but like, there's just too many of them. But especially like we're gonna do a 10-episode one, because the Bulls one was a 10-episode one.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, I don't need 10 episodes on A-Rod. Like, get the fuck out of here. Who cares that much? I don't need 10 episodes of Brady.
Actually, I do. But I feel him. I feel him on that. See, this is one of the things we argue about. This is the arguments, y'all. These are how they go.
You're tacky and I hate you.
And that's how they end. Wait, Sarah, have you seen School of Rock, Sarah?
Give me a platform.
Have you seen School of Rock?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
All right. All right. So we can bond on that then. All right. We got one.
Can I get a platform?
Yes.
Let's rock today.
Let's rock today.
Thank you. All right.
Shoot it.
Kaboot it. I want to get to this one because it is from one of our diehard loyal super fans, Bulls Troy down in Australia, who asked in our CHGO Bulls Discord, which former Bull are you ashamed of actually liking? I don't think I've ever been asked this question before.
That is an interesting question.
Like a Bulls player of the past who you shouldn't like them. You were embarrassed to like them, but for whatever reason you like them.
That's hard for me because, as Matt knows, I really don't have any shame. Like,
no.
If people tell me
you happily cheered on Matt Thomas cheering people on from the bench.
The more you tell me it's wrong, that just gives me more reason to scream it even louder. Wow, that's a tough one. Someone I was ashamed to like, oh my God, I can't believe you like that dude. He's not that guy. That's tough. I don't know, man. I got to really think hard on that.
Michael
Jordan. She said Michael Jordan.
Michael in the comments saying Lauri Markkanen without a doubt. I mean, like, looking back, I am a little bit ashamed of how much I believed in him.
How it turned out. Yeah.
Because, goddamn, Fabu Lauri.
Dude, we were so hard on Lauri. I got the man's hot sauce from Finland.
It's still in my fridge.
It's in my fridge. I bought like 8 bottles of it. All right. And then I came when it passed something out. My God, man. But Lowry, oh my God. Did you see what he just did recently?
What?
See, he had 42-8 when he was over in Finland.
For his national team?
And I got so angry I almost threw my phone across the room. This is what he does?
Is this or is this not photoshopped picture of Lowry looking buff conversation?
Yes.
Was on the last episode of Windhorst Soup Collective that I was listening to the other day.
Oh, wow. Dog.
Yeah, I was Brian Windhorst, us diehard Bulls fans have been having that conversation since 2017.
Well, I see Salih says Ryan Arcidiacono.
No shame in that.
Lord Zobe says Denzel Valentine.
Oh, man. I love Al. I love his answer of Carlos Boozer. Okay, true story.
Okay.
In the free agent bonanza of summer of 2010.
Okay.
Went after LeBron, went after Wade, went after Bosh, didn't get any of them, right?
Okay.
Boozer was the consolation prize. I was so dead set on talking myself into being hyped for consolation prize Boozer.
Okay.
That I went to, this is back when people went to stores. Remember that? I went to this store after my shift when I was working at the Nordstrom on Michigan Ave downtown Chicago.
Discounts.
And I walked into this sporting goods store and I was like, hey, this was like a week after the Bulls signed Carlos Boozer.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, you guys have any Boozer jerseys yet? And they were like, no / what's wrong with you?
Actually, that's the right answer.
Well, that's the newest Bull. He's an all-star. I want his jersey. And they were like, yeah, we don't have him. And I was like, okay, well, is there a wait list? Can you? And they were like, no, there's not a wait list for a Carlos Boozer jersey.
You have Nicole Miller's? Yeah, several.
Yeah.
Oh my God, dog.
But when they came in,
you got them.
I got one.
Dude, how many Bulls jerseys? Do you buy one yearly?
Not yearly. Oh, well, there was a stretch there.
Oh, yeah.
Towards the end of you-know-who and you-know-who's regime, where I refused to buy any Bulls merchandise because they did not deserve my hard-earned dollars.
I do remember them saying this. Yes, I remember that.
But ever since a certain AK and a certain Eversley came into the picture, I'm buying mad Bulls merch again.
Ooh. Eric says, I thought Tyrus Thomas was going to be that guy. So did our guy, Will Gottlieb. He was big on that. He was huge on some Tyrus. Now, I loved watching D. Wade at home, honestly.
Get out of here.
It's a very cool thing. It was. It's a very cool thing to watch somebody do that.
I hope you were ashamed/embarrassed by the fact that you liked it that much.
Do you remember me buying
those of
a
us
Wade
who live
shirt?
in reality were nothing but mad and angry and PO'd and disinterested in the brief, pointless tenure that was Dwyane Wade wearing a Bulls jersey.
Did I matter? He saw me show up with a Wade shirt on. He knows I had all kinds of love for it. Still do. That jersey sold, baby. Shout out to D. Wade. I might go get one. Who knows? You
were part of the problem. Anyone who bought a Wade jersey
I didn't buy a jersey.
was part of the problem.
I bought his shirt. I didn't buy his jersey. That's still, but I still might get one just because.
You're splitting hairs. You're still buying something that has Wade's name on it.
Yeah, it's D. Wade. I like D. Wade. That's the hat throw.
You get a hat throw for that. F that.
Eddie Robinson.
Colin said Matt wanted a Bulls jersey that said Boozer for when he went to the bars.
Yes, he spoke to his soul.
That's back when I did go to bars. Yes. I was like 22, 23 years old.
Eddie Robinson. I'm so sorry, Al. I'm so sorry,
man.
brother.
I was hyped about Eddie Robinson.
I was not.
I was skeptical, but I was like, man, if he plays, he's going to be good.
Nope. The man never even averaged 10 points a game. There was no way. I was laughing about it the whole time. And I tell people all the time, I was like, when he signed his contract, he went to 3 places. He went to the jewelry, he went to the weed man, and he went to the club. That's exactly what he did. In that order. That's what he did, man. He got his money, all right? He got his paper, man. Oh, Eddie Robinson, man. Oh, no.
Michael throwing Marquise
Teague.
If you believed in Marquise Teague, I'm sorry. Okay, actually, that just made me think of one.
Okay.
When that Jimmy Butler trade went down, I was high on Kris Dunn, and I am ashamed of that.
I did.
I am ashamed of that.
I was high on Kris. He's right. I was also high on Kris Dunn.
Yeah, we both were.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm ashamed.
So was Sabine.
Yes,
Sabine had a Kris Dunn shirt.
He did. He did.
I didn't even know they made Kris Dunn shirts.
That's true.
Not like a jersey, like a shirt that was a specifically like Kris Dunn, like point guard.
Action pose.
Action pose. And I was like, where did you get that?
Yeah.
Did you get that at Kris Dunn's house?
Kris Dunn. And then it morphed into what does Kris Dunn don't. It's amazing what that turned into.
Did you see what Kris Dunn don't tonight?
Oh, my God, man. Yeah, it's amazing what
that will live in infamy.
Forever.
I hope we get it back.
Yeah, we got to get John back.
One of these 30 teams needs to hire him.
Yes, get Kris Dunn on your squad.
Give him a job.
Give Kris Dunn a job, man, all right?
So that we can laugh about his 6 fouls and 6-minute stat lines again this season.
Very selfish. Very, very selfish, man. What does that say? Everybody thought Kris Dunn was the next Rondo, and we were all wrong. Oh, my God, Matt's about to attack this.
Hey, man.
You left it alone? Because the hat is over there? That's why he's left it alone? Okay,
no,
I understand.
I mean, I could maybe see some similarities in why some people are making that player comp.
Yeah, he made a pass in Minnesota that I had never seen in the NBA ever, and I was just like, oh, we're getting this dude?
Yeah.
With that kind of game. Remember that during that winning streak they were having, he was playing well.
Right, yeah.
Remember, he was the dude in the fourth quarter. He was having good times. And then he went up for a dunk and broke his face and was the same again. His teeth were implanted into the floor,
I was at that game.
You were there?
Me and my guy, Jordan Malley, my old co-host from Locked On Bulls, shout out to him, went to that game where Kris Dunn broke his face on the hardwood by trying to dunk and failing.
Yeah.
And it was like 30 seconds into the game. And I was like, great.
I remember that game so well, man. He went up for that dunk and he swung and
Charlie, never be ashamed of being high on Bobby Portis or being a big Bobby Portis fan.
Ever.
Bobby Portis, great basketball player.
Yeah.
Put his heart and soul into every game he played.
Correct.
And a solid dude off the court.
Yes.
Solid dude off the court.
Agreed.
He got such a bad rap for that one incident that if you hear all sides of that story, not his fault.
Yeah.
Okay, real quick before we get out of here, because this one is another fun question from our CHGO Bulls Discord. This one comes to us from Sung Hyun 86, who said, what game on the schedule are you most psyched about watching live or maybe even attending in person? I know my answer, Dave.
Ooh.
What's yours?
Well, it's two. Milwaukee, I'm definitely excited to watch that. That's just because of what the UC will be, and it will be large and ridiculous. The other one actually is the Mavericks, because I like watching that with John Sabine. I want to see Luka, and I want to see Lonzo versus Luka going up against that. That would be exciting for me. And it's always packed in the UC when Dallas comes. You know what I mean? 'Cause
that's
people
true.
Are either Dallas fans or big Luka fans, and just internationally, you know what I mean? It's always packed in the UC. So those two games.
Speaking of which, Lonzo versus Luka, did you see that NBA 2K promo video that was going around Twitter yesterday?
I saw what you said, and that was hilarious.
It's like a Luka step back. But not even that aggressive or impressive of a Luka step back. And in the background, you just see Lonzo kind of going like this and like pretending to contest a shot. That made me mad.
You were furious.
I was like, Lonzo's playing way better defense than that. Get out of here, NBA 2K fake people.
In a video game, he was furious. Remember that. But I saw it. Who's yours, though?
Well, Juan Mata right here in the comments saying Bulls Bucks new rivalry. Are you related to the soccer player Juan Mata? Are you the soccer player Juan Mata?
Yeah, the
legend
legend.
Maybe he's a Bulls fan too.
Yeah.
It's not just Bulls Bucks. We'll be hyped for every Bulls Bucks game this season, coming off of a playoff best of seven matchup with them. They got the better of us, obviously.
Yeah.
But the one in particular, February 16th. The dead of winter in Chicago, cold. There's ice on the sidewalks outside the madhouse. TNT streak comes back alive. Bulls, Bucks. We're gonna be doing pre and post game for you guys throughout the entirety of this upcoming season.
Yes.
CHGO just started being a thing at the tail end of last season, but here we were doing pre and post for you guys every night. We will do that again with a fresh season. But I want some exception windows where we can go to the games. Maybe we'll do pre and post from there. I don't know. But I want to be in the madhouse for that Bulls-Bucks game, TNT Bulls, and I'm going to scream until my lungs freaking collapse.
Hey, Kevin, can we go to the Bulls-Bucks game? Can we go? Yeah! He says we can go.
We're going. All right. We got that taken care of. Next, we got to convince him to take us to Paris.
Yes!
That's happening.
First one's out the way.
We are out of time, sadly. Thank you, everybody who threw us questions on Twitter or on our CHGO Bulls Discord. We'll do a few more of these AMAs as we kind of wind our way through the last couple of weeks of the offseason here because it's a fun way to fill some episodes and interact with you guys and hear what's on your mind. In the meantime, you can hit us up on Twitter. I'm at Bulls_Peck. That's Big Dave. He is at BowBAWL Sports. We are CHGO_Bulls on Twitter. Shout out and thanks to Sarah for holding down the fort without Joey today. Shame on you, Joey, for not believing in the sky last night.
How dare you?
Shame on you.
Shame.
We'll be back for another episode in studio tomorrow. Will be in the Magic Brazilian bubble back with us. We're talking about the Brooklyn Nets offseason. Now that we know that KD is staying put, we're breaking down everything the Nets did this offseason to round out our Eastern Conference offseason coverage. So we will see you here at 3 p.m. tomorrow time. For Big Dave and Sarah and everybody here at CHGO, stick around. We got more coverage on the channel. We got bets at 4:30. We got baseball, pregame, postgame action coming at you. See you, Red. Be good.